They taught you to sit before you can stand. They trained you to obey before you ever questioned. And they told you that if you were good, good things would come. But what if I told you, being good is just another word for being powerless? That behind every good dog is a broken spirit, and behind every silent wolf is a God. From the moment you were born, they wrapped a leash around your soul. Invisible, psychological, cultural. You didn't bark, you cried. But they didn't hear your pain, they heard disobedience, so they shushed you. As a child, you were taught that praise comes to those who sit still. You learned that approval is the only food worth chasing. You wagged your tail for smiles, rolled over for validation. But every time you obeyed, something inside you died. This is the first curse of the good dog. You forget you ever had teeth. There was a time when you were wild, before the system caged you, before school, before religion, before the empty mantras of be nice, be quiet, be good. There was a wolf in you. It didn't ask permission. It didn't apologize. It didn't kneel. It watched. It waited. It struck when the moment was right. But that wolf was buried alive beneath your need to be accepted, your need to belong, your fear of being left alone. And so you became a dog, a loyal, obedient, tail-wagging dog. They fed you scraps. They gave you a cage and called it home. They neutered your soul and called it peace. Understand this. Obedience is not goodness. It is conditioning. They don't train you to be good. They train you to be useful to them. You become a mirror for their comfort, their convenience. Your value is based on how well you follow. If you bark, they say you're aggressive. If you bite, they say you're dangerous. If you run, they call you lost. But if you obey, you get a pat on the head and another year on the leash. This is not loyalty. This is control. And most terrifying of all, you start to control yourself. You no longer need the leash. You become it. They'll tell you that the obedient are virtuous. They'll say the good dog is moral, pure, holy. But behind the curtain, what they really mean is harmless. They want you meek, passive, predictable. They want you to fold before you fight. They feed you the poison of false humility. They whisper, the loud are sinful, the bold are evil, the strong are arrogant. And so, you shrink. You hide your instincts. You apologize for your strength. You chain your own power in the name of being kind. But here's the truth they never told you. Kindness without power is just weakness in disguise. They will tell you, you must belong to the pack. The pack protects you. But what they don't say is that the pack demands your surrender. Your individuality must die for the group to live. They will exile you for thinking too loud. They will attack you for walking alone. The dog believes the pack is safety, but the wolf knows the pack is a lie. Real strength is not in numbers, it is in silence, in the ability to stand alone, to think alone, to act alone. Solitude sharpens the teeth. Isolation forges the fang. You are not meant to follow the pack. You are meant to remember that you are the predator. The wild in you is not dead. It is asleep, waiting, watching. It hides behind your smiles. It gnashes its teeth when you nod in silence. It howls in your dreams, in the shadows of your thoughts, in the heat of your rage. And one day, it will wake. When you are done being nice, when you are done being tame, when you are done asking for permission, the wolf returns. But it doesn't bark. It doesn't whimper. It doesn't beg. It watches. It stalks. It strikes. Without warning, without mercy. Not for revenge, but for liberation. There is a difference between silence and submission. The good dog is silent because it fears punishment. The wolf is silent because it is calculating. The dog obeys because it wants praise. The wolf waits because it chooses the battlefield. Obedience is not peace. It's just pretending not to be angry. But strategic silence is a weapon. The wolf does not explain. The wolf does not justify. The wolf does not announce. It simply acts. And the world listens. The most dangerous beings are never loud. They do not flaunt. They do not boast. They are still. Because real power hides. It does not seek recognition. It does not beg for applause. It does not need approval. The dog performs, the wolf prepares. The dog seeks love. The wolf seeks truth. And sometimes the truth is this: you were never meant to be safe. You were meant to be free. Obedience doesn't kill you in one blow. It kills you in silence, over years, with every compromise, every polite nod, every ignored instinct. You bury your soul a little deeper. You start to smile when you're angry. You say yes when everything in you screams no. You lower your voice until you forget how to roar. This is how the dog dies, not from violence, but from pleasantries, from being nice, from being understanding, from being well-behaved. They don't need to cage you. You cage yourself. But there is a movement growing, quiet, sharp, ancient. Those who walk alone, those who do not bark, but bite. Those who do not kneel, but wait. These are not the rebels who scream in the streets. These are the ghosts who vanish into the night. The watchers, the wolves, the ones who remember what you forgot. They are not here to belong. They are here to awaken. And when the day comes, when the leash burns and the mask cracks and the dog finally dies, you will hear a howl, not from the mountains, not from the forests, but from your own chest. Because the wolf never left. It was you. So ask yourself, are you living your life or are you performing it? Are you free or are you well-trained? Because if your only virtue is obedience, if your only value is how quiet you are, then you are not living. You are waiting to be fed. But if there is even a flicker in you of defiance, of silence, of power you've hidden so long you forgot it was yours, then it's not too late. Kill the dog. Let the wolf rise and walk the world without a leash ever again. If this voice inside you stirred, if you've ever felt like there's something ancient and dangerous buried beneath your obedience, then you're not alone. Comment, "I am the wolf," if you feel the leash breaking. Like, subscribe, and remember, real power doesn't bark. It watches, and it waits until the time is right.